bridge channel and regular channels is, in fact, they have two channels, from one down and one up. The one that run in the front we call the gene channels, but have two of them. You have gene regulator and gene bridge channels, which, because the channel is never running together, so we're using the same channel, combine the two of them, bridge channel and regular channels, into one. In the classic, they said the bridge channel like a mother, and the regular channel like father, so it become one. So when you run in the front, you have two channels, gene regulator and gene bridge channel, and when you run up on the back, you have two channels again. You have the young regulator and young bridge channels. So you have two on this side and two on that side. So you have four. So you have four channels together. Okay, and we're going to start by gallbladder 17 to stomach 4. Oh. So number 1, the gallbladder 17.
Okay. All right, gallbladder meridian. Traditional name, Cheng Yin, correct management. Location, slightly behind the center of the top of the head and to the right and left sides. Uses, to treat headaches and toothaches.
When we said treatment in here, we're going to say that can help releasing. So we just add a word. Can help release the headache and toothache. This is the helping. Okay, the way to find the point is right on the top of the head. The easy to find when you do a thrusting channels. This is 3 thrusting channel in the top of the head. Okay, the 3 thrusting channel, if you find your top, the crown, right in the middle. Okay, and out of the top 1.5 inches, and out of this side 1.5 inches. So the way you're going to find, if you put your hand this way, like a fork, like this, okay, and you put it right in the middle, and that is 3 thrusting channel you practice. Okay, you practice already. This is the left thrusting channels, and this is the middle, and this is the right thrusting channels, like that. Okay, now when you use your forefinger pressing on the point, it's pressing this point. All right, you're pressing this way. Okay, now you hold that point and move your middle finger into this the middle point on the right hand. We're going to start with the left side. Okay, you use your middle finger press on the left side, the point, and you turn your hand this way, and you're going to get 3 points. Okay, so you press on the middle finger on the point, and you press this way. That means your middle finger on your left thrusting channels. Okay, the middle finger on your left thrusting channels. So your index finger going to point on the back point, on the back. That's going to coordinating with gallbladder 17, and the middle finger is going to be gallbladder 16, and the fourth finger, the fourth or the ring finger, going to be in a gallbladder 15. Okay, press it lightly and releasing it. Press lightly and releasing it. The way you do is you press it, hold it until you feel the pulsing. Now we come to the gallbladder 14.
The GB14, gallbladder meridian. Traditional name, Yang Pai, white yang or pure yang. Location, 1 finger's width above the eyebrow in direct line with the pupil of the eye. Uses, eye problems such as glaucoma, night blindness, forehead pain, facial nerve paralysis, stuffed nose, and strokes.
This point, the easy way to find, they have a bone right in here. If you look straight and you make your hand this way, right on the top here, is the bone, is the indent point over there, and you press around, you may feel a hole deep down there. Okay, and you press a while, and you slightly hold it for a while. You can feel a very deep concentration inside there. This one will help how the consciousness. So some people, when they want concentration, they put the hand this way. Okay? Put the hand. Just hold like this. Apparently, you're connecting the electricity and you more concentrate. So this is how the concentrations. And you clear the brain. This part will clear the head also, the brain. And very strongly related with the consciousness. When you hold a point and you concentrate for a while, it relating help you on your consciousness. It help on your concentration, consciousness, and clear the brain, clear the head and clear the brain. That's very, very, very strong point. So that's why when people they think, let me think over, and they sit down there, they think. This is how they automatically, without unconsciously, they touch this point in order to get more concentrate, to get more clearing out the mind, and they actually clear out the mind. That's how the point are. Next point.
ST2, stomach meridian. Traditional name, Su Pi, 4 white. Location, below the eye in direct line with the pupil. Uses, eye disease, toothaches, facial nerve paralysis, nose bleeding, and colds.
Okay. So all these points is not necessarily that can heal, but can help you releasing or improve the symptom. And like pain, pain, you actually can overcome the pain. Look into the pain, you may see like cloudy, ugly, unwanted shape. Change them into a good energy, bright color, and the pain gone. When you get to a certain level, your mind power is stronger, much stronger, and your projection is much more powerful. Human is so much powerful in a projection, in imagination, in thinking. Everything you think eventually going to become true. What in a Taoism, we build the future in a way you work with the thing and you project them into another thing that you cannot see. So you work with the physical that can be touched and you project them to something that you cannot see, but become real. So later on we project the body into the energy body, into a spiritual body, and we project it, we go out, and that's all real. But you have to start from something that you cannot grab. So the next, the stomach point is right on here. When below the eye, below the eye, here, in a straight line, when you smile, you feel cheekbone come out here, inside here, right under the cheekbone here, right under the bone. And you press in, it's very painful because it gets right into your eye. And directly from the pupil and under the cheek. Okay, next point.
ST4, stomach meridian. Traditional name, T Sang, ground storehouse. Location, at the intersection point of a line straight down from the pupil to the base of the cheekbone, and another line along the curve of the cheekbone. Uses, clears nasal passages, colds, toothaches, eye problems, facial paralysis, nose bleeding, and dribbling.
Okay, this one also coming straight down right now when you smile in this 2-5, and this is directly with the toothache. Okay, with the toothache, and help a lot. When you have toothache, you hold these few points, you can help you clear out a lot. When the energy flow, you feel like magnetism. You feel your hand like something floating through it. Okay, so let's review. We have from the top here, gallbladder 17, 16, 15, gallbladder 14, and we come down to the stomach 2, right under the cheekbone, and coming down to the stomach 4 when you smile in the corner of the mouth. Okay, so now we're going to start it to come down to the body, to the organs.
CV23, conception vessel or functional channel. Traditional name, Lian Chuan, corner spring. Location, behind the midpoint of the lower edge of the chin bone. Hook the thumb behind the bone and press upward and forward. Uses: laryngitis, clearing of the throat.
Okay, you use the thumb and come down to your right on the chin bone, the like V shape, chin bone like V shape. You use your thumb, press right into the bottom of the V shape and press in toward your tongue.
On the bone or past the bone?
Just right on the corner of the bone, and you press it over there, inside. Okay, right corner of the right on the bone. You press it, and you're gonna feel it. A strong energy passes through it. You press it, and you releasing, and just slightly touch, and you feel that point very clearly.
CV22, conception vessel or functional channel. Traditional name, Tian-Tu, celestial protrusion. Location, at the top of the breastbone, sternum, in the V-shaped indentation. Press downward in a 45-degree angle. Uses: asthma, bronchitis, coughing, sore throat, larynx spasms. This point frees the breath and helps restore the proper functioning of the lungs and bronchi. Energy flows through the chest after releasing CV22.
Okay, this point is strongly involved with the breathing and the floating on the energy to the chest, right on the top of the sternum. Okay, you use a thumb or use index finger, press on the top of the sternum and press inward. Okay, like needle put in this way. So press it and make your hand stand up and press inside into your chest, not to your throat. Press inside, inward, down to your chest. Okay? And you're releasing it. You can feel the flow of energy there. It's very deep point. It's a very sensational point right into the deep, right in the chest. So when you press it and angle into the chest, not angle up into the throat. Hold for a while, releasing it, you may feel something floating.
ST13, stomach meridian. Traditional name, Chi Hu, door of Chi. Location, below the midpoint of the collarbone between the first and second rib. Press straight into the body. The point feels sore or like an electric shock. Uses: asthma, bronchitis, chest and back pain, hiccups. Good flow through ST13 allows good energy to flow through the chest.
Okay, this point, there are a few ways to find it. The first way to find it is middle of your collarbone, the middle of the collarbone. So if you find your collarbone, for men, it's easy also. If you find your nipple, make a straight line out in the middle there. Lady have to find approximately middle of the collarbone. Press on the point. It's very sensitive point. This is one of the very most sensitive point. And you press it away. You press and massage. Press in and massage a little bit, and you will clear a lot of energy in the lungs, in the chest also, and chest pain and hiccup, it help a lot. And for this point, so that's why I like people when they have indigestions. They press this, they bail out, indigestion gone. It's very quick. Okay, right on the middle of the collarbone, the middle of the collarbone here. Okay, and this is strong point that we're gonna hold. Later on, we're gonna hold.
ST16, stomach meridian. Traditional name, Yin Chuang, breast window. Location, between the third and fourth rib. One rib directly above the nipples in males, slightly higher in females. When pressed, the point feels somewhat sore, especially on females. Uses: coughing, asthma, swelling of the breast, chest and stomach pain, heartburn, short breath, melancholy. Good energy flows, clears the whole breast region, and promotes optimism.
This point for men is quite easy to find, because if you put your finger touching the nipple, up one rib between the rib, that's it, right between the rib cage. Okay, and For a lady, you have to find a third and a fourth ribs. The way to find the third and fourth rib, find from the top of the rib cage, right under the sternum, and there's the 1, and coming down 2, 1, 2, 3. All this point is so variable, and that all the point that you learn now is part of the dead touch. That's what the Chinese teach. But all this point killing usually is no way to save people. The way that when the people when they turn the finger, very powerful. The finger can penetrate between the rib cage, and that is the one that blockages all the function of the organs. And there's only the finger that can penetrate. If you punch right in the rib cage, not much. Unless you punch very hard, you block the rib cage. It's still not going to kill people. So when they find the third and the fourth rib between the rib cage, you press and massage around a little bit, you feel the point. You can actually feel the energy flow. And the energy flow quite deep into the lungs and into the heart. Okay?
Only on the left side.
We only work on the left side. The left and the right is the same. So we try to work on the left side, and when we get the left flow, we're going to work on the right side. Next part.
LV14, liver meridian. Traditional name, Chi Men, Gate of Hope. Location, at the junction of the 9th rib cartilage to the 8th rib. Follow the bottom edge of the rib cage from the sternum until the first major indentation. Then trace a line down from the nipples. The intersection is the LV14 area. Press slightly up and into the abdomen. The point will feel quite sore when pressed. Uses: difficulty in breathing, chest pain, diarrhea, cholera, menopausal disorders, childbirth pain, abdominal tension. Pressing LV14 affects the liver, gallbladder, and diaphragm. Used traditionally to relieve side aches from too much running and to relieve hiccups, belching, and snoring.
Okay, when we are working on the left side, it's going to be releasing the diaphragm. When working on the right side, we help the liver and gallbladder. So it's a different side that we're working on. Now we start on the left side, is the diaphragm that we activated. Okay, and the point that you're going to find is much easier now. For men or for women, get the middle point of the collarbone, make a straight line all the way down. When you make a straight line all the way down, you come out to the rib cage. When you come out of the rib cage, come in back one rib cage between that. Just one between the rib cage. So you make a line, straight line like this down. Okay? Make a straight line. And when you get a straight line like this down, okay, and this is the point between the rib cage. And if on the right side you are right on the liver, you are right on the liver, right here. The next point, please.
Traditional name, Fu Ai, abdominal sorrow. Location, below the bottom edge of the rib cage in direct line with the nipple. For women, it is in line with the ST13 under the collarbone and just beneath the rib cage from LV14 at the edge of the bottom rib.
This one can help to release the abdominal pain, and the constipation also help, and clear out the congestions there. So the same line again. If you make a same line all the way down, you come out. Now you're on the same line, you come out in the rib cage, you press it in. Okay, you press it in, and that is we coming down to the spleen now. Okay, to the spleen point now. The liver comes down to the spleen point. So right here on the back is the spleen. The spleen is more toward the back. So you see here, the purple one is the spleen. More a little bit to the back here. If you look at the anatomy way, it starts from the stomach 13, right on here. Right on this point, right on the lung, on the top of the lung. And in this one, right on the top of the lung, and you're coming down to the stomach 16, right on the heart. Here. Right on this point. Here the nipple and here the point. Right on the heart point. Right on here. Okay? So that's why all this point is so powerful. You can punch them. You can punch them very hard. It's not going to matter much. But you stick a finger down, you're going to kill people. But if you're going to heal people, you touch the point proportionally until you feel the flow. You get a lot of healing power happening that way. From that point coming down to the rib cage here, it's out of the diaphragm now. So the point traveling the same here out of the heart, and it on the right side touching a part of the liver. So the point is approaching on here. And you're coming out again on here. Apparently it's in the spleen area. Okay? So apparently it's in the spleen area. So that is how it penetrates to the organs. And it link up the organ together in this way. Okay? And next point.
SP15, spleen meridian. Traditional name, Da Heng, big horizontal. Location, to the sides of the navel in direct line with the nipple. Uses, nervousness, dysentery, constipation, excessive sweating, diarrhea, abdominal pain, intestinal paralysis.
This point is right on the side. Here's the navel, and right on the side of the navel. Okay, and so here the navel. You come out on the same line with the nipple, all the way down, or the same line with the middle of the collarbone, all the way down. Here the navel, come out on this point. You press in a little bit, in here. Okay. When people have nervousness, it's so tight and so tense in this area. And in some of the causes is the energy jam up, or the organ or the nervous system, everything caught in here. So when you press here and you're releasing it, you press and release it, and you hold it for a while. Just slightly touch on here until you feel the magnetism in your tip of the finger and the energy flow. Yeah, it's helped a lot. Sometimes you can feel the guruk, 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 guruk. That's the energy started to move in the stomach area.
SP13, spleen meridian. Traditional name, Fu Shi, palace dwelling. Location, 2 fingers width above the middle of the groin. Hold firmly without excessive pressure. This point feels ticklish. Uses, abdominal pain and tension, colic pain, appendicitis, constipation. Good energy flow through SP13 relaxes the abdominal region, groin, thigh, and sexual organs. Relieves menstrual cramps, indigestion, and intestinal weakness.
Okay, this point right on here. Okay, if you press your here the groin area, here your hip, you put the 2 finger right on here, on the groin here, and you come in here, in the 2 finger right on the hip and the groin area, and you press it down. Apparently, it's nearly on the side of the ovary of the lady. Okay, and if you look at the anatomy here, and here the hip bone, you took the 2 finger and you press right in. Here's the ovary right here. That's why it's helped a lot on the pain, menstruation, menstrual cramp, and the pain in the area, because it's right on the ovary itself. Next point.
SP10, spleen meridian. Traditional name, Su Hai, sea of blood. Location, 3 fingers width above the knee on the inside of the thigh. Place the left palm on the kneecap, fingers pointing to the inside of the knee. Press down on the inside with the thumb. The point is sensitive to pressure. Uses, abnormal menstruation, menstrual cramps, uterine bleeding, rashes, indigestion. Good energy flow through SB10 promotes smooth functioning of the female organs. This point also releases the thighs and knees.
Okay, this point is a very sensitive point also. The way to do it, you're going to do it yourself. Or you get your left knee up, okay? And like you sit and you get your left knee up. And you use your right palm cover the knee and extend your thumb out. Extend your thumb out. And on the side or the inside of your thigh. And you use your thumb press in to the point here. That between the two muscles, between the muscle. And you press in that point. If you use two thumbs and press in that point, you're going to feel a very, sometimes pain and very sensitive point. Okay. In that one we call the sea of blood. It's a lot of controlling a lot of blood or the menstruations of the lady. That is the point. Okay. Any problem with the blood, with the skin, they twist this point also. So that's the point when you press in and you hold and you release for a while and you lightly touch, you feel the point. Next point.
SP9, spleen meridian. Traditional name, Yinlin Xuan, dark tomb spring. Location, on the inside of the leg below the top of the tibia bone, the large bone of the leg. The point is very tender. Uses, abdominal pain and distension, excessive menstrual flow, menstrual pain, lower back pain, swelling.
This one is controlling the tendons of the body also. It's the point, the inside. The way to find below the knee, and we have two bones. Okay, you right below the knee, and you press it right to the knee, and that is the point. So it's going to be worked this way. Okay, we're going to go this way. You're going to see here the knee and the bone, and right on the curve on the top of the bone, you use your thumb press in, and that is the point. Okay, and it's sensitive point and very tender. And this one you press it and you hold it, the energy flow into the leg. You have the leg pain on the leg, and energy stuck. It's going to flow through. Yeah.
K6, kidney meridian. Traditional name, Chow Hai, shining sea. Location, 1 finger's width below the inner ankle. The point is sensitive to pressure. Uses, mental disorders, insomnia, tonsillitis, menstrual disorders, epilepsy, sadness. This point helps balance the yin aspect of the Great Bridge Channel. Good energy flow through K6 reduces problems in the female sexual organs and the kidneys. Also, a deep, refreshing sleep is encouraged by pressing this point.
Okay. This point, the inner ankle. Okay? And right below the inner ankle, you press it. There are bones around there. You press it. Right in the ankle, you find a hole. You find a hole right there. Okay? It's right behind, about 1 finger like this, and the hole like that. When you find that hole, you press it. You feel it. And you're usually going to feel the energy run right through the big toes. Okay? You press it, hold it, and just lightly touch. And this is the point a lot of ladies, when they wear high heel and they twist it outside, is hurting. And when they twist outside this way, they hurt that point. And usually it's very painful. And we have a lot of ladies, when the energy open, the pain is gone. It seems like there's more angle and pass right through it. Some people get a lot of power, a lot of pain, to overcome that. Okay, next slide.
SP4, spleen meridian. Traditional name, Kung Sun, grandson. Location, on the bottom of the foot in a hollow behind the joint of the big toe. The point is sensitive to pressure.
This point, right in between the big toes and the second bone, right under there. So here the big toes, 1 bone, 2, and here's the long bone in here. Right between this bone, this another piece of bone here, you press, use your thumb, press it in this way, right on here. You press it in, and that is the point. That is the point of the spleen 4. The spleen 4. Okay. Yeah, it's about the point is about going this way. Going this way. It's nearly on the bottom, but it's on the side. You feel a muscle there? One muscle right in here near the bottom. You press this around, this is the point. And the people when para, you hold this point, they cannot take it. These 2 points. The whole energy is going to go through, and because obstruction, energy cannot flow through. It's very painful. The next part is the K1, is the kidney part. K1. Okay. And the way to find the point, if you put your leg this way, you see a big hole there? Big hole? Right on here. And that is the bubble spring. and this part is so painful if you get a needle stick right in there. And you step on the nail, you're going to see you jump right off. It's very painful point. And so you get this point, you dig right in. The reflexology, they use this point. This is the very important point for when they do the reflexology. They dig and dig and dig right into the leg. And this point releasing the kidney energy. So we call it a bubble spring. A bubble spring. Let's review the whole thing in the whole thing together, the whole flow. Let's use the finger, touch quickly. From the top of the head to the forehead, under the eye, the chin, corner of the mouth, the chin bone, the chin, top of the sternum, middle of the collarbone, above the nipple, right under near outside of the ribcage, but inside one ribcage, outside the ribcage, on the side of the navel, on the same line with the nipple or the middle of the collarbone, near the groin area, 2 fingers from the pelvic, above your knee, the ocean of blood, under the knee, the ductum point, and inside your ankle, and middle of your big toes, okay, and the K1, the kidney point. Now the way we want to do, we're going to sit down and do the smiling down, form a purr, and we're going to run a thrusting channels. We're going to run only the left thrusting channels, and when you feel, shoot right into the head and above the head a little bit. And when you have the experience of that point, you use your middle finger on your right hand side, touch that point, and spread out your finger evenly, press and release, and just lightly touch, and put your hand lightly touch. After that, we're going to move your left finger. Usually we use 3 fingers. It's a bigger area. 3 fingers. The index, middle, and the 4th finger, and lightly touch on the forehead. You don't have to be exactly the point also. You just touch there, and use your mind to guide the energy flow. You can massage and press, and hold there for a while. You will feel a flow of energy started to flow. Okay, you will feel a flow of energy started to flow. From there, we move the left hand to the cheekbone, right under the eye, the pupil, and to the corner of the mouth, and using your thumb on your left hand to press under the chin and above the sternum. Now we're going to chain hand. We move your right hand, the 3 finger, the index, middle, and the 4th finger, touching the middle of the collarbone, and move your left hand above your nipple on the same line between the 3rd and 4th rib cage. So you don't need to worry about stomach point, spleen point, liver point. Don't worry about it. Just touch it, and you feel the energy flow. And you move it straight line all the way out to the rib cage, coming in one rib cage. Just touch it until you feel the flow. Outside the rib cage, touch it. On the same line outside the navel, touch it. On the pelvic, the groin area, touch it. On the inside of your knee, okay, on the inside upper part of the knee, just use your whole palm, touch it. You can massage a little bit, press a little bit, use your thumb, massage and press, and after that, just hold it. You're going to feel the energy flow. And above, under your knee, the inside, the curved bone, like curved one bone, just use your hand, touch it. And inside the ankle, use your finger, touch it. And they are between the big toes and the ankle, just use your whole finger touching on that point. And your bubble spring. And after that, we're going to sit and use your mind to guide the energy flow. And you feel the energy flow. And once you get it, all you have to do is just do it a few more times until you feel the flow. And store in your memory. And anytime you want, just call them out and you get it.